I'm not even sure where to start, to be very honest with you. Um, but I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Something most unusual happened during the night, and I am going to wait for a few people to show up because I had what I call a dream vision last night, and it's not leaving, which indicates to me this message needs to be shared. It needs to be heard by someone, and someone just joined me. I see that. So please say hi, guys, when you're here. This is Monica, and I'm doing something most unusual this morning because something very unusual happened to me during the night. Hi, Kay. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. I'm going to change my glasses so I can read the comments. These don't do well, or I have to keep tipping my head. This is something that is most unusual. I don't usually get this. Hi, Anna. I don't usually get this type of a message unless I do a group reading and I know about it in advance and I ask for it. But I had a dream last night that will not leave, and it's being repeated over and over and over again. So I know that this is for an individual. Hi, Mary, welcome. And so I'm just waiting for a few more people to show up because this is a very, very powerful message, and it's going to be very, very specific. It is for an individual. I don't know who that individual is yet, so I'm going to start tossing out here in just a little bit the repetitive images that I received during the night. I have not slept. I slept for 90 minutes and had this dream vision, and then couldn't sleep for the rest of the night, and then literally laid down on the couch, slept for another 90 minutes, and the dream continued. So I know it's a very, very powerful message that needs to get heard. Hi, Claire. Hi, Christy. Welcome, everybody. This is a very unusual mediumship reading that I'm going to be doing this morning. I know it is for one person in particular. I don't know if their family is going to be watching or not. We have 5 people here, 6 people here. It's counting, bouncing back and forth. So I'm going to start. If this resonates with you, know that all the parts that I've been shown have to fit. So I just want you to be aware of that factor to see who this message is for. So all of the parts have to fit. And the reason this is most unusual is I already have the name of the individual who's here. And the first name is Dan. I know, right? I don't usually get that way. So the first name is Dan. I will tell you he was tall. Hi, Louisa. Glad you're here. I will tell you he was tall, probably 6 feet or taller. The way he presented himself to me was with like salt and pepper hair, more pepper than salt, but kind of gray at the temples kind of thing. A smile to ingratiate the entire world. There's something to do with a school bus. I know it's going to sound weird, guys. Something about a school bus, something about a fire, something about law enforcement, something about elevators and a fire, something about the city Boulder. It might not even be the city Boulder, but I kept seeing Boulder. And when other people talked about this individual in the dream, they called him Dan from Boulder. So I don't know if he was had the image of a rock or something similar. Hi, Rosa. What I'm looking for is someone that would have passed. His message is very, very clear, and that's why I'm waiting to find the individual that this belongs to. Hi, Joy. Welcome. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, guys. The gentleman's name is Dan. He may have been involved in some form of law enforcement, firefighter, EMT, hero type, saved people. That's kind of what I'm looking for. The name or the city Boulder is very specific. Something about a school bus or an education. So I don't know if he came to the University of Colorado in Boulder, or if that was a nickname for him, like Boulder, like rock. I don't know that yet. Hi, Rosa. So that's what I'm looking for. This man has a very specific message for his loved ones. I will tell you, somewhere along the line, it's like a hidden agenda, or almost like a secret agent kind of thing, like CIA. Hi, Holly. like CIA or a detective or like somebody in the government that does Secret Service, like a Navy SEAL, like a power person, but lived like a traditional normal life and helped all his neighbors. Very mechanical. That's why this is so specific, and that's why I'm waiting to see who's going to show up that's going to claim Dan, because the message he wants to get across is like really, really important, and he's not leaving me alone. And I know people are going to drop off when they realize that it's not for them, and that's okay. Please, for those of you who are remaining, please share this, because I really feel like Dan has a message either for his daughter or for his wife. I don't know if he died in 9/11, if he died in a school bus crash. I keep seeing fire, elevators, school bus, detectives, hidden agendas, tall, good-looking, dark hair, kind of gray at the temples. The name Boulder keeps coming up, so I'm not sure what that's about either. And if someone's going to watch this in the replay, could be undercover officer, the only Dan I know is alive. Well, it would be like an undercover officer, Kay, but okay, then let me ask you a question, because in the 90-minute nap I got this morning, because I haven't slept, the name Peter came up. Would Peter have anything to do with Dan, Kay? So I'll toss that out there, because the name Peter also came up. I was trying to find a fit for all the rest, and it really needs to be something about fire, elevators, school bus, Boulder, maybe late 40s, early 50s, really good-looking gentleman, would bend over backwards to help anyone. Gorgeous smile. I know one of this is going to sound crazy. His teeth were like just phenomenal. You could like see them, like, you know, you get those little sparkles in the teeth kind of thing, in the movies or in the comedies kind of thing. Okay, so that's not it. So I'm still looking for who's claiming Dan, because in my heart, the gentleman that's with me, his name is Dan. It's going to be fascinating to find out here. So I see people are dropping off, and that's okay. I'm kind of here to find out where this can all fit. And if it's not Dan, is it Don? I keep getting Dan. But, you know, Danny is short for Donald. So maybe somebody knew him as Don. Some people knew him as Dan. I will tell you, this is like an incredible individual when he was alive. And it feels like there's a message for his wife or his daughter, because he keeps showing me women in his life. And that's kind of why I'm going with this. It's very strong. It's very powerful. And I don't want to share the message till I find the right person. And if I don't find it, then that's okay. If you see this in the replay, for those of you who do watch it, by the way, I will share that just here just a little bit. So Dan, hold that thought for a second. When I go live, please take a look at the heading when you watch the live. People get mad at me because they come in afterwards, and then they're wondering why I'm not talking to them. If it says was live, then it's not live. But people get really upset with me, and I get nasty emails and messages because of that. So if it got to look on not just my page, but any page, if it shows was live, then it's not live. So that's kind of where I'm going. So anyone that's watching, of the 7 people that stayed with me, if the name Dan rings a bell, maybe the city Boulder, University of Colorado, High Sanel, school bus, hero type, detective, CIA, undercover, it's a great word for it. Okay, that's the only thing that resonates, Anna. Okay, because this is going to be like all of the parts, and it's literally, I feel like this is for someone special. Granite Mountain Hot Shots. Okay. Well, I get the Granite Mountain and Boulder. Not getting the goosebumps with that one, Anna, but thank you for thinking that might have a fit. Okay, so when we were on the school bus, I'm going to share part of the dream with you. When we were on the school bus rather than the doors opening, you know, like this kind of thing, they opened like this, like an elevator. And in front of the doors, it kept flaming up, like you would see at a rock concert. Hi, Kurt. You know, where you get the flames that shoot up. And that's why this reminded me of an elevator kind of thing. And the bus wasn't on fire. It was just the door. And it's like we weren't trapped behind it, but it just kept flaming up in front of the door. And so Dan was not on the bus. There were other people on the bus along with myself. Christy, that's sweet. That's kind. I'm used to it by now. I've been having that all my life. So it's like, okay, people, really, seriously, whatever. I kind of go with the flow. You kind of let that go. But I just want to let people know, if it says was live, it doesn't mean that I can talk to you then. A lot of people don't understand that with Facebook. So these are doors that would open like this. Might not have been an elevator. Might have been like maybe sliding glass doors or French doors that were on slides. Something about burning, something about schooling, something about Boulder. The man's name is definitely Dan from my heart, the way it's going here. Good dresser. Loving family man, helped his neighbors. He's like literally like stepping forward. Come on, you're gonna get it, I promise. So maybe they haven't joined me yet. I don't know, but it's so strong. I can tell you, it smells great. I know that's weird. Love lasagna. I know that's another buzzword, because he's showing me all these things he did in his life. Would have been a great mechanic. That's one of the reasons that in the dream we went to go get him as we came off the bus. Of course, the bus was no longer working. Somebody walked up and said, you need to get Dan to help you. And that's like something he would have done for anybody and everybody. And I said, Dan, like, Dan who? Dan from Boulder. Oh, look, there he is. And he was walking away. And I called out his name, and he turned around, and this big, beautiful smile, like, how can I help you? He's one of those kinds of individuals. So this is like so specific. Hi, Brittany. Good morning. So for those of you that are just joining, hi, my name is Monica. This is a very unusual mediumship reading for me. Hi Dee, I am going to repeat the factors of the dream because this is very, very specific. If this resonates with you, it needs to be like all the parts. So here we go. So Dee and Brittany, that because you weren't here earlier, this is a message from a gentleman who is passed. His name is Dan. There's a connection somehow to a school bus or like a big van. I'm going to say school bus because that's the size of it. Something about fire, something about Boulder, like Boulder, like undercover work, CIA, detective. Hi, Carolyn. Those are the things that I'm looking for. Very generous, very giving gentleman, very mechanically oriented. Okay, there's the other part. There was a question about how he died. It was like literally a question about how he died. And it's like, wow, this is just like so important to get this across. So I'm trying to find the right individual to fit this. Can you give me something else, Dan, they would recognize? Okay, so like lasagna, helped his neighbors, tall, good-looking, dark hair, a little gray at the side, had a smile that would be like on a toothpaste commercial, one of those, big, bright, beautiful, made everybody feel welcome. Something about education, something about undercover. It's like the life he led is not what people thought of him, because he had this whole other side of him that nobody really knew about. It's kind of like you would have like a secret agent kind of thing. It's that kind of feeling. Or being incognito all the time. Like he had a very simple job, a very easy job, but that's not what he did for a living. That was like a cover. Wow. Okay, I'm just hoping somebody's going to show up that this is going to resonate with. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. And fire is a big deal in this. I don't know if he was a firefighter or an EMT previously, or that he saved someone from burning. Because this is so clear. And that's kind of why I'm searching here, like I'm grabbing for straws. If we don't find a match, then I'm hoping that this will resonate with someone in the replay. And in that case, please send me a message so that I can have a private conversation with you about Dan. Hi, Sharon. So this is a message for a wife or a daughter. It's definitely a message for a female. Of course, I have mainly females. And this is a dream that came to me last night, now 12 hours ago. I fell asleep for 90 minutes, woke up with a start, but there was nothing frightening in the dream. But my heart was pounding so bad that I knew that this was a message to remember, and it has not left me alone for the last 12 hours. It keeps repeating it and repeating it and repeating it. All of the other passengers on the bus, I couldn't see their faces, but it's like they were all part of his life as well, that would know him. More like his partners in this, I don't know what this is. It's so incognito, it's almost unbelievable. And the name Peter does come up with him as well. I don't know if Peter was a partner of his or a brother. It feels more like a partner. Hi, Sharon. Alrighty, so first time on here. Anything yet? Okay. Hi, Gina. Welcome. I'm glad that you're here, and I appreciate that. This particular mediumship reading that I'm doing today, Gina, is very, very specific. It is about a dream that will not leave me alone, and so I know it is a very strong and almost urgent message to get across. So I appreciate that, but I'm not tuning into anyone else's loved ones right now, because quite frankly, this individual, he ain't gonna let anybody else come through right now. So appreciate the fact that you showed up, though. Thank you. When I do a regular group mediumship reading, we'll invite the crowd, but this time it's like the veil. He and I are the only ones here on this side of the computer. So that's kind of what I'm searching for, is to find his loved ones, because this message is important. Hi, Tina. Welcome. Goodness gracious. Alrighty. So the name Dan, school bus, Boulder, CIA, detective, fire, elevator, education, helpful, something about his death that was mysterious or was told incorrectly. The name Peter also comes up with this gentleman. Tall, good-looking, great smile, great family man. Hi, Rosa. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. I will tell you, it feels USA-based, because I keep bouncing back and forth between New York and Colorado, New York and Colorado. So that's why I don't know if the 9/11 connection is important here or not. But I keep going boom, 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 back and forth. So I feel that there is a connection to where I'm located in Colorado and New York. In the background, when Peter was walking away, when Dan was walking away in the dream, I did see the foothills of the mountains. So that's kind of why I'm zeroing in a lot on Colorado. Might be elsewhere, but wherever there's mountains. And I know you guys are so patient with all of this. Hi, Tina. Good morning to you, too. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. If I don't find the individual here in the next couple of minutes, I'll leave this video up, and please share it. If this sounds even remotely like somebody you know, please share this video, because this gentleman has a very, very important message to get to a family member, either wife or daughter, and I want to make sure that I have the connection first before we go into that, because he's literally telling me, shut up and wait till they come. So, okay. That's kind of what I'm doing. So his name is Dan. Something about New York and Colorado, something about fire, something about school bus or big bus. You know, like those great big vans people drive. Something like elevators, doors moving this way, like an elevator. Might have been declared a hero after death. Okay, guys, I appreciate your time this morning. I really, really do. Dan keeps telling me they'll show up. I'm like, okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Alrighty, if this sounds familiar, if this sounds like a neighbor, if this sounds like a friend, please share this and let them see it so that we can talk privately so I can release Dan and release the message. Because after 20 minutes, normally I have someone that is like claiming, if you will. And I'm kind of disappointed a little bit, but I understand they may have already gone to work. He's been bugging me all night long for the last 12 hours to get up and do this. So that may be my fault that I didn't come on here early enough. But I was like, seriously, Dan, honest to Pete. Because, I mean, he wanted me to get on at, 8:30 last night, then like 10 o'clock last night, then early this morning at 1 or 2. So, but I will tell you something, thank you. I will tell you something specific triggered this. So I don't know if it's a memory of his death, of his birthday, of an anniversary. There's something that just recently happened, not about to happen, but recently happened that triggered this needing to come through and share this message. So I see we've got a couple of other people that joined us. So for those of you that did just join me, this is a very specific mediumship reading. It is for a wife or daughter, definitely female, to get the message across from someone by the name of Dan. And I know I'm bouncing between New York and Colorado, and we're just kind of going to leave it there. So people came in and they left again, and that's okay. Well, I'm not finding a match this morning, so I am going to wish you all the very best on this wonderful Wednesday. And I send you love and greetings and love and light. And we will just have to wait and see as the day progresses. Maybe I'll come back on here this evening when someone returns from work and see if it's a match for them. Blessed be your day. Thanks for jumping in. We'll have a regular group mediumship here in the next few days. I'll put that into prayer first. So have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. Take care.